Oh my God. Is that my friend Ro and Jenn?
Are we recording?
Fuck yeah, it is. No.
Stop it with cursing.
Dude, we can fucking curse.
You can, but
I guess
not
we are.
without reason.
We're gonna have a little red E
Just making sure
next to our podcast.
label it
title.
explicit.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Ben had, well, no, he didn't have a Bengarita. We had Bengaritas.
He had a
which are
gin,
now empty.
Majority gin.
It was
little
delicious.
tonic.
I had a gin and tonic because it's
all gin.
It's good for my health.
Yeah,
I've been on a health journey, so
You had all gin.
actually it's mostly gin.
Yes.
Minus the
Since
tonic.
when are you on a health journey?
It's mostly gin minus the tonic.
He said he hasn't drank in months, but I don't believe that.
It's a
I don't think anyone-
lie.
WPPI says that's a lie.
I don't think anyone believes that.
Nashville was a good time.
Nashville, WPPI, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I was a fish out of water there. Look at these two Asian people in a honky-tonk bar in the middle of Nashville.
It was so weird.
We had a good time though.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good to network.
Some people didn't want to leave.
I wanted to leave.
I wanted to leave instantly.
I'm done with conferences till next year.
So how are you guys doing?
I'm working on my second drink right now.
I haven't even started my second, but
I don't feel anything, so let's keep it going. Just
yes.
keep
I gotta
think it's helpful
That means I gotta
talking.
make your drink a little stronger next time.
Yeah.
possibly.
You need a bigger glass for him. Double.
You know what? I have a mug just for you.
Oh, we should have brought the mug out this episode. Ben has this giant. What is it?
Copper
The
mugs.
copper mug for mules.
The mules,
Yep,
yeah.
mules.
That's the
The
size
mule
of my
ones.
head,
I
and he
once
made a
made-
zombie in it.
No, not a zombie, a Moscow mule. But it was all liquid. Oh no.
No, you made me a zombie.
Yeah. And then ice all melted, so it was eventually
All liquid.
all liquid.
Yeah.
It was watered down.
Watered
She had
down.
to pee
down. Watered down
took
zombie.
about 100 pee breaks on the way home.
Yes.
But that takes us back to, I think, our beginnings, which definitely, okay, the first time did not begin with alcohol.
I think every time I met you, there was alcohol involved.
Not the very first time.
Every time afterwards.
Every time we get together,
Afterwards.
there's alcohol involved.
But
I'm
the
almost
very
pretty
first
sure.
time was
WPPI,
WPI
right?
2016.
Where we met Ben.
We met Ben.
Not Karis.
Just Ben. He was in trouble.
Because I was in the doghouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Came to a meetup that another photographer was hosting.
Yeah, it was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
7 years ago.
Yo, 7 years ago.
And we were like, oh, another photographer's from Jersey. And then hung out for a little bit.
Well, we were all from Jersey, I think. It was a Jersey hangout, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably.
But these were, well, you found the other New Jerseyan who was originally from New York. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was maybe 10 people, right? 10 people there.
So we know the first time we met. We don't know the second, but I know for sure it involved alcohol. So that's,
Pretty sure.
and every time since.
Yeah,
Yes.
we had a discussion earlier before this. We remember the first time we met each other, but we don't remember the second time.
Or the third time, right?
Somehow
we, yeah.
I do remember the first time
That
very
one
vividly.
time we got really drunk. That's
But that's almost every time, isn't it?
That was at Bar Academy.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Bar
yeah.
Academy in
Verona.
Verona.
Yeah.
Rob is the man.
But we can't
Yeah.
share this unless Rob pays us, right?
Are you
This
not
is-
going?
Rob.
Yeah, we're going on
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, Rob's gonna be our sponsor. No.
That's our first sponsor. Bartender classes.
But yeah, shout out to them.
We're actually friends in real life, believe it or not.
We get along.
Yeah, we hang out a lot.
Sometimes.
we like
No.
each other. Maybe.
We have a very similar interest and similar
Do we?
goals.
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
Do we?
Except the
Do
fact
we?
that Ben is slowly transitioning to be a Sony shooter.
He's fully committed to Sony now. He's
Oh,
big,
man.
traitor.
That's very unfortunate.
Very,
Sure.
very.
Well, if Nikon came out with...
But all of us are Nikon lovers.
Listen, if Nikon had the cameras that I needed, all the glassware that I needed,
They
No,
do.
they don't.
They do.
What do you need above and beyond what we
Yeah.
have?
Yeah.
I've
Why
already
do you
committed.
think you're better
I'm
than
already
us?
committed. You know?
I know. That's why I said you went full.
The timing was
Sony.
bad. Sorry, Nikon. You know,
You should have just stuck it out.
Yes.
Now everyone, whatever you use, every brand has its pros and cons.
Yeah, but
But I feel like everybody's going back to everyone who switched to Sony is going back to
Nikon
Canon or
or
Nikon
Canon,
now.
right?
we'll see. I don't know. I'm waiting for the 893 right now. As soon as that come out, I'll be fine. But,
They do a
here's
good job.
here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. It's not about the wand. It's about the magician. Am I right?
No.
Well, if you want to talk about Harry Potter,
Yes. Not when it comes to
wand has a lot
Sony
to
and
do with
Nikon. Yes.
Yeah. Are you popping some rosé right
Yes.
now?
our house
Sorry.
bartender has given up
He's
after
drunk.
one drink.
He's too drunk now
so
to
we're
make
just
I'm
any
done
gonna
more.
roll
bartending.
with
I had to make drinks for
just bottles.
6 people this
No,
evening.
no cocktails anymore.
I think I'm
and
done.
Ben's given up.
Cervezas for everyone.
Easy
know?
stuff.
I think we have
So this-
tacos on the way. Do we have tacos on the
We
way?
do.
Yeah, I have a sandwich on the way. A torta.
A torta?
Yeah, torta.
Ben's like, is that a cake?
A torta?
So funny.
So let's get to why we started this. Ooh!
Mazel tov.
Oh, love it.
Salud.
Sorry, we're gonna have to recycle the cup.
Mix it right in with the Bengarita.
So I think this podcast came about. This podcast idea came about when we were in Nashville. I think, right?
After that.
Yeah.
I think that's the time that we
Talk
like
about it?
solidified it, but
Yeah, but we've talked about it for the last 2 years, I think, on and off. Ever since my brother and my sister-in-law started a podcast, we kind of just threw it out there.
there are producers.
Yes. Shout out to Stephanie and Andres.
Steph even threw it out one time. She was like, "You guys and Ben need to do something," and we're finally doing it.
It's a good outlet for us right now to really get out there. And I hate being in front of the camera and hate speaking in public, but I feel like this would be a good time to get uncomfortable and really get out there and talk about anything, whatever you guys want to talk about.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
plenty.
And I've been told that I have the perfect face for radio and podcasting.
Yeah, minus your radio voice. Be yourself.
He hasn't used it this whole time. I'm so proud.
Mhm.
Well, this is how I talk every day.
I agree.
So yeah, this has probably been on your radar for a little while. This whole podcasting thing, right? But I think we really started putting pen to paper when we were hanging out in Nashville.
Yeah.
You know,
Was
maybe
it Nashville or?
it was pretty
WPPI?
No, it was Nashville.
It was both. We hung out.
But we
both
finally
times.
let's do it in WPPI.
WPPI,
yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And then,
Nashville. It came about around in Nashville. Imaging.
but like podcasts, we
It's like a-
talked about it because when we get together, when we drink,
Yeah,
we
talked
laugh, we have a good time, we're funny. So we're like, oh,
well,
all the
you
stuff
think
that-
you're funny.
I'm very funny.
Karis is very funny.
See, Jen agrees.
Well, Karis just wants to talk about fashion. This is not a fashion
And then it
podcast.
will lead to fashion.
Have you guys seen her shoes? Like people can't see our shoes. You know what I mean? Like, why are you wearing fancy shoes for a podcast? Like, people can't see your shoes.
She
Yeah, they
picked,
can.
I'm pretty sure the camera's
Yeah.
picking it up right now.
But that defeats the whole purpose of a podcast. Whatever.
Yeah, but I think we started it because since we talk all the time, everything business related, photography related, and I think we're at points in our careers where we're a lot further in the game where we have a lot to share and give back to people and conversate about, bitch about, talk about, explain, go through our struggles, our successes, and hopefully help other people. But
Basically, all the
Talking.
stuff that we talk about when we get together and drink, eat.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's always
You know.
something.
I feel like once we started going out to conferences and networking, our business took off for the better. So I feel like it's a good time for us to share our experiences and give back to people that are.
So around what time, what year was that when your business took off? What do you think?
I would say the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 5 years, so around 2018. So after you met me, that's when your business really took off. Is that what it
might be
is?
a coincidence.
So are you saying that
But
I
yeah,
changed your life?
One of the things that people always say is to surround yourself with people that have similar motives and similar goals.
Mhm.
And I think we've done a good job at surrounding ourselves with like-minded individuals
Mhm.
throughout the years.
So how do Karis and I fit into this equation?
We're just funny. We're just funny, and we bring the alcohol.
Is that why you guys keep us around? It's the alcohol?
Ben's Bengaritas.
He makes a hell of a margarita.
It's a Bengarita.
Yes, that's the nickname that we've given it because it's so good.
No, it's the
Bengarita.
official name. That's
That's
our
the official name.
official podcast drink.
It's an official sponsored drink.
The Ben Lau Bengarita.
AF podcast.
So if you guys are catching up, if you guys are listening, I think our producers are going to hook us up. They are going to include my recipe somewhere in the show notes, I think, how I make this drink. You guys can enjoy this at home while you guys are listening to our podcast.
We're Focus AF.
Wait.
I thought you said whoever gets to it first.
Jen wins.
You got to tell the
Jen
story.
wins.
You got to tell the story first.
What story?
All right. Well, anyway, I'll
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right.
You guide us through.
What did you do this weekend, Ro?
Did a lot. I got some yard work done. I got some editing done. So yeah, this week I have been focused.
Have you been all over the place or have you been focused AF?
A little of both.
That's how we do it.
That's how we do it. Okay.
That's how we introduce the name.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, then welcome to Focus AF.
Yes.
This is a podcast of wedding creatives where we. What do we do here, guys?
I don't know. We're just a bunch of partially unfocused wedding creatives right now.
Well, I think
but-
one of us is on focus right now.
We're trying to be focused. But yeah, we want to hang out with some like-minded individuals, whether it's their photographers or other wedding professionals. We want to bring them in and, just chat with them casually and pick their brain about their successes.
And we have Ben and Karis, another husband and wife team here with us. Husband and wife wedding photography team.
Yes.
So we have 3 of 4 award-winning photographers in the room.
Who's the one that doesn't have one?
Oh my God, I don't know.
I somehow feel like you guys are talking about me.
Are we?
Are you guys dogpiling on me?
Aren't you happy to be around such greatness, Ben?
What is your name? Why don't you have an award? Where did you come from?
I don't belong. I clearly do not belong here.
So the background for this
Why are you here?
is
You have brought shame into our family.
we've entered WPPI Print Cop for many years. Ro has won his. I won my 1 or 2. Ben and Karis entered for the first year, and just Karis won.
I'm clearly not award-winning material. I got was it 69s or 79s? It's 79s.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch of 79s.
Yeah.
Clearly, just I produce average work. So
Yeah.
I think I agree with that assessment.
Yeah.
That's pro level.
Fact.
Yes.
Facts.
Standard professional standard practice is what they call 75 to 79. So
I
you're
am
professional.
I'm professional, but very average at that.
But you have
know?
the not best of wedding awards.
Yes. They hand those out like Halloween candy, for crying out loud. I mean, I'm grateful to get them, but not to shit on them or anything like that.
All right, let's stop getting on Ben and get back to what the goal of the podcast was and why we're here. What was your goal for this, Ben?
What was my goal? I was just invited to this thing. Someone told me there were free donuts they were hanging out. They were handing out, and no, I'm kidding. Why? I don't know why I'm here.
I feel like we each have different reasons.
Why
But-
were you here?
Yeah, we love to hear from you, Ben, first.
Why are you guys putting me on the spot like that? You guys are assholes, and that's why I love you guys.
Well, I think main thing we could share as husband and wife wedding photographers. I think a lot of people probably are curious and wants to know how we juggle our personal life, living, working together constantly, and manage
Say that with some emphasis. She's like,
constantly.
We definitely want to know
Yes.
how Karis can live with Ben.
Well, I mean,
and
you guys
still be here,
tell me the
And still
truth.
function.
Jenn Ro, tell me the truth, all right?
Yes.
Have you guys ever gone into work angry at each other? Like, you guys just finished the fight that morning and you just have to get
Oh,
through
like
the
wedding
day.
wedding day.
On a wedding day.
I don't think we have, no.
Yeah.
Liars!
No, seriously. We've there's been times where I'll, frustration during the day where I'll say something to Jen and she'll give me a face or whatever, or she'll snap at me. But at the end of the day, once the job is over, we're driving home, we're good. Luckily, we've never had that issue where we've showed up to a wedding.
All pissed off at each
All
other?
pissed off
Yeah.
because I'll go straight to the groom, but I'll see you later. I'll see you at the church.
Bye, honey. I'll see you later. But yeah, that's more than what we do, though. We don't even talk on a wedding day.
We don't talk.
Do that work-life balance, huh?
No, we don't talk. When we I mean, we'll talk. Actually, even driving to the job site on the morning of, there's very limited talk.
More like
Oh yeah, we're the same way.
Oh yeah, to and from work. I'm like, I don't want to talk.
We are not the same way. Ben talks and he blows my ears out. 99, actually,
But I'm saying there's no conversation taking place. It's just me talking,
Yeah,
So
you talking about work.
Yeah, I have that problem too. Like, there's certain times where I can't, like, just let it go. Like, even when we're like on vacation, there's things that pop in my head where, like, all right, I'll ask Jen, like, technical stuff or about clients. She gives me this face, like why are you talking about work?
We're on vacation right now.
Yeah, but it's just that's the way my mind works. Like, I can't let things go, and I'm always my brain is always working.
I guess it's a good, and I think it's a bad thing too.
Yeah.
Like, I wake up, I come down to the kitchen, and first thing, Ben's like blowing my ears out with work stuff. I'm like,
well, somebody has to be.
I'm like, oh my gosh, like, stop talking to me,
Can
go
I have
away.
my
Like,
first?
like, go away.
But that's also goes back to, like, where we kind of know each other's strengths and weaknesses. Like, I know when Jen is in the zone, I'm not gonna bother her. I kind of stay away. And we, like, luckily it's just the two of us in our household. So, like, she'll stay in the second floor, I'll stay in the first floor. You kind of need that, like, separation sometimes. I feel like, because we know, being that we're husband and wives, we live together, we do everything together, we work together. It's you kind of need that little alone space for yourself sometimes, and kind of helps you reset and just focus as well.
Yeah.
Focus AF.
There you go. Another amazing conversation about being husband and wife teams, but I think a lot of our other goals for this podcast is to help other people in the industry. And I think the big thing we wanted to do too was not have it be so photography related, because we can learn from other people's perspectives and, like, all other aspects of the industry: florists, planners, videographers, DJs. We all experience the same thing, and hearing their stories and how they run their business, how they live their lives, and I think that'll help each other. And
everyone sees all the glitzy, glamorous parts of what we do, but I don't think a lot of folks talk about
the journey.
Well, not just the journey, but all the stuff that happens behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Like all the real stuff that happens behind closed doors, all the real conversations that happen, So Jenn Ro and Karis and I, we are actually friends in real life. And we hang out regularly and we chat about business, we chat about our lives, and we have a lot of fun talking about this stuff. And we figured it might be something that you guys might enjoy listening to. So this idea for this podcast came from that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of times that we've gotten together, had some really good conversations. I mean, we finally got together and realized that, hey, maybe this information that we share among each other will help other individuals that are also in the field or also a photographer.
Yeah. So welcome to our podcast, and we hope you laugh with us, learn with us.
Maybe cry with us too.
But have a good time.
Who are we? I'm sure all the listeners, the few listeners that are going to be listening to this now, the name of the podcast and who we are and why we're doing it.
Yeah. So we're Focus AF, and I'm Jen, the business brains behind J&R Photography.
I'm Ro, and I'm the creative mind behind J&R Photography.
Hi, I'm Karis from Hey Karis, and I like lovely couples and fashion.
And my name is Ben from benlow.com. So why did we start this podcast?
For me, I think we started this as an outlet to talk with each other, to talk with fellow wedding creatives, to talk about our work, our struggles, our successes, and the crazy journey that it is to be working in the wedding industry.
So for me, I've always been scared of public speaking. I've always had this fear of standing in front of dozens or hundreds of people to speak or say anything. So I wanted to use this podcast as an outlet, and at the same time, just put myself out there, feel uncomfortable, and just, get over that fear of public speaking.
And Karis, why are you here?
So I've been in the industry for over, 12, 13 years. And hopefully I'll have some tips and knowledge to share with everyone. So my goal is to maybe provide a little inspiration to my fellow introverted creatives out there.
And the reason why I wanted to do this podcast, because I just wanted to hang out with you guys, make drinks for you, and maybe... My name is Ben, by the way. I think people can tell by the voice that this is the one and only Ben fucking Lau. All right? And Andre, you better keep that in the intro, all right? This does not go in the blooper reel. Anyway, the main reason why I wanted to do this podcast, or actually we wanted to do this podcast, was because, I think that after 12, 13 years of being in business, we have so much information, so much knowledge and wisdom and experience that we want to share with everyone. And, what's another podcast, right? What's another one to add on top of
one
that?
Out of 1,000.
But most importantly, there are a lot of things that I think I do a pretty good, okay job, in life. But, public speaking also, like all these other folks here, that's not something that, I'm 100% really good at. So this is as much for our audience as it is for me. This public speaking is not exactly my forte. So this podcasting is going to help me out with that as well. So yeah, that's why we are doing this podcast, or at least that's why I am doing this podcast.
So yeah, with all the crazy stuff that we've seen and witnessed, I don't think there really is a platform for wedding creatives to get together. As far as I've seen, we've seen dozens of podcasts on photography, marketing, sales, whatever it is that are very
SEO.
Yeah, it's very specific. I think we wanted to have a platform where we can openly talk about all these things and all the aspects of our businesses and our industry, and talk with each other and talk with other wedding creatives, and kind of have that outlet for everyone to talk together.
Basically, you want to spill some tea.
There will definitely be some tea.
I'm sure.
Our resident tea expert here, Rolando.
Definitely.
You can call me Varys. So haven't done this for a number of years. I would say that we've all seen some shit.
Yes, we've seen a lot.
A lot.
Like what?
I mean, from beginning, we have wedding horror stories. We have,
we have vendor horror stories. We got
venue.
Even the bride's horror stories.
Guests.
We've seen some shit. We've definitely seen some shit. Some like guests behaving badly.
Cakes.
Yes. I think aside from our personal stories, we have some advice and insight that we can share with other people on anything. Sales, marketing, social media.
Did somebody say sales and marketing?
Oh, someone here specializes in that. I wonder who that is.
Somebody thinks he's an expert.
Blake from Brooklyn.
Blake from Brooklyn wants to know
who here specializes in sales and marketing.
But yeah, I think having all that extra insight that we can help people with would be good too.
But on a more casual note.
Yeah, more fun and
not
exciting.
Shoving education down your throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, education can be fun. It doesn't have to be serious all the time. That's I think that is kind of like my biggest beef with, just podcasting in general. It's just a little bit too serious, a little bit too structured, a little bit too everything's perfect, right? Business is messy. Don't you guys agree?
Yes.
Yeah, business ownership
wedding
is messy.
Wedding photography is messy.
There's no reason why everything else has to be so clean cut. So that's what I think that we can offer here. All the ugliness, all the other stuff that no one really wants to talk about, I'm more than happy to talk about.
Getting gritty and dirty.
The unsexy topics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stuff I think everyone can relate to.
Yep. Something that's not perfect. No one wants to talk about it,
Yep. So we'll definitely do that and have a good time while doing it. I was thinking every week we do something fun and talk about a wedding hot topic of something controversial, something that's happened locally, just anything wedding or business related. So for this week, I found one that was interesting on TikTok. This wedding photographer posted a video of her having to eat her vendor meal in the kitchen.
I saw that one too.
With no utensils, and she was basically using her hands.
Straight medieval times.
Yes. So I thought it was funny because a lot of the comments that she got back, some were in support, but some were pretty outrageous, saying that it's not up to your clients to feed you, and you should be bringing your own lunch.
Or provide you with a fork and knife, for crying out loud.
Exactly. So I wanted to get your guys' take on this story, because I know we all have our own, and this is a hot topic. Wedding photographers do not agree on this. Some do, some don't. And if some, expect the meal, so other people will tell them, well, that's why I bring my own. So I wanted to get your thoughts on.
I think it's bullshit that she couldn't even get utensils to eat her meal. I mean, we're working 8 16-hour days, and pretty much it's illegal to work that long without taking a lunch break.
Yeah, I call shenanigans That's my thinking. Because the thing is, between my wife and I and our associate brand, we photographed over 1,000 weddings. There may have been some times where we didn't get a meal. Maybe because I don't know, the caterer ran out of food, which I think is also bullshit. But like, how do you run out of utensils? That to me, I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to bother the bride and groom or bride and bride or groom or whatever. You don't need to bother the couple for some utensils. But I don't think it would be beyond reasonable expectations or anything like that you can't go in the kitchen and ask for a fucking
fork. I don't know why she didn't.
I think she did it for. I think she did it for the attention.
Yeah, I don't know why she didn't ask for.
Like, I didn't get a fork and knife, so I'm going to eat with my hands, right?
Yeah. And cause drama.
Yeah, maybe just to I'm eating with my hands, whatever. Like, I don't think I've ever been to. Like, I used to work in the restaurant industry. There are like a shit ton of forks and knives in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I don't think it's beyond. It's not beyond reason to go ask for a fork and knife.
It happens often though. Like when we're out at a wedding. Well, they'll bring us our vendor meal, and they won't bring us utensils. It's
probably an oversight. They're busy. Right. They're serving 300 people.
But we always ask. I feel like,
and then you eventually get it, right?
You eventually get it,
of course. But there's also time constraints. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she was on a timeline and she needed to get back. So in order to, be able to consume her meal, she used her hands.
But I think the interesting part was the comments and what people were saying about you should bring your own lunch. You're expected to do this, which everyone has their own opinion on that. And I think, yes, you can bring your own meal, but a lot of the comments were like, well, what type of meal am I going to bring with me that's going to last the 10, 12 hours in my car or cooler? Now I have to bring an extra baggage of things. And
well, you don't have to necessarily pack your own food, like in our contracts, we say that, listen, we prefer that you include a vendor meal in the contract. If you don't feed us, that's fine too. We'll just go out and get our own food. Mm-hmm. I'm a grown-ass adult. Mm-hmm. We can get our own food. I'll tell you guys a funny story, right? So I want to say this was maybe 2014 or 15, and the couple assured us that there was a meal coming our way. But once the food came out for all the guests, we were still waiting for our meals. We didn't get our meals, right? So you know what? The food's not coming. We're grown-ass adults. We can go to the bar. We can spend $20, order ourselves like a burger and a drink, right? Like, we're grown-ass adults. We can take care of ourselves. And the funny thing was, as my wife, Karis, was waiting at the counter for her food, the maitre d' comes over. Hey, listen, don't worry about it. The vendor already covered your food, right? And
yeah, he's like, your food's coming. Cancel your order.
So this maitre d' canceled my wife's order, and then
like a burger, right?
And then you know what comes out? A fucking turkey sandwich and a bag of chips, right? We were
brown sandwich bags.
Oh my god,
it was infuriating.
Give me the damn burger.
Yeah. So I eventually went back to the bar and ordered the burger. Like,
yeah, but listen, we're grown ass adults. We can take care of ourselves. Yes, the clients, should treat us like humans. They should, include a meal. I think most catering places will offer the meal. It's part of the catering package. It's only two photographers you got to feed. I think. Yeah, that's fine. I think, at least in New Jersey, I think that's how they do it, I've photographed many weddings in Philadelphia, in DC, and Maryland, where that sometimes is not the case. If that's the case, we're already mentally prepared that we're not getting a meal. So, we're going out, we're ordering Quick Check or KFC, McDonald's, whatever. And then we're just...
Before Wendy's.
Whatever it is, all right? We already know the meal's not coming. Well, I'm a grown-ass man. I can go out there and get food. You know what I mean?
The issues that we've seen throughout the years that we've been doing is it's always when it's like an outside caterer, not a venue. Like the venue will always, even if they feed you last, you're going to get fed. But when it's an outside caterer that's coming in for this outdoor wedding, you get the scraps or you don't get fed at all, which is fine. I mean, we always mentally prepare for that anyway. And honestly, if we can make it a cocktail hour, we'll just load up on cocktail hour.
That is actually what I tell all my associates to do. I tell them, hey, listen, what you want to do is make sure that you load up on cocktail. You raid that cocktail hour.
Because you don't know 9 times out of 10.
You don't know if you're going to get fed a vendor meal. So you better just fill yourself up. And if you get a vendor meal, that's great. If you don't, at least, you're not going to pass out on a dance floor.
If you don't get a vendor meal, well, you're kind of screwed in South Jersey.
Yeah.
Why, they don't feed?
No, their
Their
cocktails are
cars-
smaller.
Yeah, they don't do it up like Central.
Oh, let me tell you. You guys want to hear stories? Like, I went to a venue that shall not be named out there in California. And I thought that this, because, when you hear this name, right, you're like, oh, this place is going to be like, they're going to roll out the red carpet and everything. You went there. They ran out of cocktail food like 30 minutes into the cocktail.
Oh
I was like,
God.
this will never fly in New Jersey. Never. Yeah, no one doesn't like North Jersey.
No,
let me tell you.
New Jersey.
North Jersey, Long Island, New York.
There's the tri-state period. Well, excluding,
excluding South Jersey.
But,
we just lost like half of our listeners. How dare you? How dare you, Rolando?
It's true. I mean, we've kind of been spoiled to how the venues do it up here in our area. I mean, I can't tell you how many times we hear guests coming from different states and they load up a cocktail hour thinking that is the meal. And then they walk into reception.
There's more food.
Yeah, there's a first course waiting for them, and they're like, "More food here?"
But I think you can fend for yourself as a photographer. But it's also good to be like a decent human being.
Yeah, I think
if someone's working with you from the morning till midnight,
the least you can do is spring for a meal.
Yeah.
Now, here's my beef, right? Here's my beef with vendor meals, right? Because I know that the clients are not paying full price for this vendor meal, right? So let's say per plate, you're talking maybe, I don't know, 150 to 200 a plate. I think, at least that's what I think it is, right? Up here in North Jersey, it's between $150 to $200 a plate. And they're probably charging, I don't know, half price for these vendor meals, $50, $75. That's super duper expensive for that one plate of like chicken breast with the two asparagus tips and the mashed potatoes. Like, that is very expensive. For $75, I'm getting like a fucking amazing meal.
I'll pass with the asparagus.
You know what I mean? So like, in some ways I feel like, there's no way to win in that situation. But in any case, back to what you were saying, Jen, with the situation that you're talking about. Yes, she should have been able to get utensils. Okay. I don't think, I call shenanigans on that. I don't think it's an issue of whether or not she deserves a meal. I personally, I've gotten meals at 99.99% of the weddings that I photographed at. But even if you don't get one, you just put your big girl pants on, your big boy pants on, whatever it is, and get yourself a meal.
Yep.
Unless you're on a boat. We had a client, we had a photographer.
There was a wedding, yep.
We had a wedding and they were on a boat and they couldn't even leave the boat to get a meal.
Yep.
And they said they ran out of food.
Yep, they didn't give them food.
Which I think is bullshit. All right. Because who
They should put a fishing rod.
who has just enough meals to serve on the boat? You know what I mean?
Somebody
and I
screwed
have
up.
extra just in case.
You don't even have fucking fries or like chicken tenders?
anything,
Anything?
bread. Like, come on.
You know what I mean?
The best is the vegetarian meals that they try to pass.
She could have easily gone to the kitchen to get a fork and knife, but she decided to record a TikTok.
Put it on
instead.
TikTok.
Yeah, she just wanted
She just wanted drama and
She was
stuff.
probably an introvert.
Yeah, maybe. But on the other hand, like I listen, between Karis and
But I think one thing to walk away from is if you're shooting a wedding, whenever there's an opportunity to eat,
you should
You
eat.
do it. Yeah,
Yes.
you do it.
eat. And then I usually bring my food, like backup food.
You know what she says?
Well,
You know what she
snacks?
means by food? It's candy. It's like it's fucking
Snacks.
candy bars, Snickers bars. Like
It helps. It helps.
It's sugar. Yeah, it's sugar.
Who's the one that eats all my candy? You.
She hooks you up with the snacks, and then you're complaining about the
Like
snacks.
I'm in the
That's
back of
what
the
he
church,
told me
like
the whole ride home.
I'm in the back of the church,
I'm
like
busy
unwrapping.
shooting ceremony. He's in the back, like, oh my God. And it's empty. Everything is empty.
You can always tell the difference between my camera bag and Karis's camera bag. My stuff is actually filled with actual work gear, like camera and lenses. Hers is filled with snacks.
Yeah. Which you eat.
We're in charge of the snacks. We bring the snacks.
Who brings the
I
snacks?
always forget to load up.
I pack everything.
Yeah, I pack,
I'm so
I pack
focused.
water.
Are you focused AF?
I am focused on that. during the wedding day. So I tend to just focus on what I need to capture, getting all the family shots, and then next thing you know, I'm starting to crash because I haven't had any food in my system.
Yep. That's when chocolate comes in handy.
All of her snacks.
This is why I gained so much weight during a wedding.
Yeah, because you eat all, and I'm left
Well,
with
if
nothing.
it weren't in the bag, I wouldn't eat it.
Then you'll crash like Rolando.
There you go. You'll faint by the
Yeah.
beginning of the reception.
But if there's coffee available, I'll take coffee over food.
Whatever
Fuel
we
me
can
up.
get.
Yeah,
Fill up the tank.
anything. Yep.
Yeah.
and
wired,
yeah,
man.
and then water. Water is very.
Water's
important.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, water's good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what's up with the story? What's the verdict?
The verdict is, what are you calling bullshit on like no utensils?
Yeah, I'm calling no bullshit on that. I'm
But,
calling bullshit on that. For
Have common decency, people. If you're going to have some vendors here all day, provide them with a meal. And vendors, if you don't have one, go out and take care of yourself.
Yeah,
if you can.
Yeah, you're grown ass adults. Go get your own food.
If you can, go out and get your own food.
Yeah, I think she just brought awareness to something that happens too often.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, we are there 10 hours.
At
Like,
least
yeah,
sometimes.
a lot of people oversee us and like we're kind of like not there kind of thing. We're there by your side the whole day, but somehow they don't see us like
Yeah.
working, you know? Yeah. So just, treat us.
Yeah, I
like
think a lot of
humans.
people think that we have an easy job, but the thing is, we don't take any breaks throughout the wedding day. At least I know that I don't. I mean, unless you count the driving time between locations, if that's a break?
I love those.
Mm-hmm.
When it's like 1 hour away.
So
like,
sad.
yeah.
That is our break. Oh my God.
That is not our break.
The drive. But
That
if
does
you're at a
not count.
venue all day from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m.,
All on
11 p.m.
side, Yep.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not trying to complain so much because listen, we do have a pretty cool job. Let's at least call a spade, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we have a pretty kick ass job.
Most times.
there's the pessimistic Karis again.
Right. But, I'm not gonna play. Hey, listen, I used to work in a chicken factory, so like I know what it's like to have a shitty job. You know what I mean?
Were you a mascot there?
It's the chicken. All right. What would you like to know about the chicken factory?
Are we talking like Breaking Bad, Los Pollos Hermanos?
Very close. Very close. But
like Willy Wonka.
But
with chickens.
think Willy Wonka, but with chicken. But instead of Willy Wonka, I'm Charlie. All right. I'm the guy who's supposed to inherit, this kingdom of chicken.
Okay.
My dad said to me before he retired, listen, son, one day, sort of like Simba and Mufasa. Is it Mufasa? Mufasa's the dad, right?
The
It's like,
father.
one day, son, this entire kingdom of chicken is yours.
So were these chocolate chickens?
No. These are regular chicken. Right? So like, that is our producer, Stephanie Molina. But anyway, so yeah, it was a family business. My dad saying, listen, this is yours if you want. I was like, listen, Dad, I'm all right. I'll figure something out. So that was the thing that I was doing right before photography. Anyway, I think we got a little sidetracked. We're still talking about
I think that's good, but we're definitely going to talk more about your chicken past in another episode for sure. but needless to say, you're saying this job is way better.
Yeah, this
than
job
chickens.
that we have as wedding photographers, it beats a lot of other jobs that are out there. So like
100%.
if it's a matter of like, oh my God, we didn't get a vendor meal, like there are so many worse things that you can, so many other worse problems that you can have at your job than not getting a vendor meal.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's one of the things that if that's an issue you're having at your job, you have a great job.
Is that the one thing that you want to complain about? You have a pretty good job. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Awesome.
Yeah. Guys, can we just take a moment and appreciate my
I can
wife's
talk
new
about my
shoes?
sneakers. Yes.
Lift them up, Karis.
Can we just take a moment and
Is
appreciate
that
my wife's...
recording?
Babe, tell us about those sneakers.
They are.
Okay.
They're gonna be.
Ooh.
They're the new hottest sneakers right now.
Adidas.
Gazelle. It's Gazelle.
I've had a pair of those. They're really comfortable.
Are you sure you had Gazelle?
Yeah. I
So,
actually left them
yes.
in a rental,
So
and I
they are.
regretted it.
They're coming back,
As the Gen Z folks would say,
Yeah.
they're fire.
and
The younger crowd.
Hashtag fire.
I think it's lit. Those are lit.
lit. Yeah.
No.
No,
Okay.
or
Listen,
hard.
millennial.
Those are hard.
I thought it was slapping.
Hey, bro. Bro.
No, it's hey, brah. Hey, brah. Those are fire,
yeah.
brah.
This is my newest collection of my fashion.
Are you gonna wear those to your next wedding?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't shoot with you anymore
Only
anyway.
way you could pull this off at a wedding is you have
If
to
you're
wear.
wearing them.
No, you have to wear all black. Okay, can't be
Oh, boy.
crazy.
Also,
yeah,
if
and
you're
this,
Hey Karis,
this color,
because
yeah.
Hey, Karis gets away with that
she
shit.
has a cool
Yes,
client.
so I'll be talking about fashion and what to wear, comfy and sensible outfits to wear to wedding as a woman.
What about us dudes?
And look fabulous. Men are
Just wear all black?
Men are so easy.
Just wear all black?
Don't you dress Ben? Like you don't pick his outfit?
I don't. He does not listen.
It's very clear that I dress myself
and he
every
cannot
morning.
tolerate my fashion selections.
Because I look like a fucking clown when she dresses me. I am not leaving the house with there are like a dozen dozen button-down shirts. I'll tell you a funny story. I haven't shared this with many folks, right? I want to say in 2017, you guys might know this, but I don't think the general public knows this, right? So there's a wedding that I was photographing with Karis, and this was an outdoor ceremony, and there was a fountain on the opposite end of the sanctuary or the altar, right? So you have the altar on one end where the couple's getting married, and then you have the fountain on the other end, right? So, once they pronounce the couple married and they have the first kiss, then they come down the aisle. Right? So what do you do as photographers? You usually pace them as they're coming back, or do you guys stay stationary? What do you guys do?
I tend to
Do you pace them?
move up and then start walking back.
Pacing with them, right?
Right.
As they're coming.
All right. So industry standard practice, right? Typical 79 move right there, right?
75, 79. Depends if they have confetti, they have balls.
So anyway, that's exactly what I did, right? But at that moment, I totally forgot
There
that
was
a
a
fountain
fountain
behind me. And I fell into that fucking fountain. There's video of this.
I know.
And you know
I
what?
Do you guys know?
remember.
And you know what? And the video guy didn't even warn me. He saw me fall into the fountain. He even helped me. You know why? He recorded it, this motherfucker. And you know what? Well, I mean, I got the footage of it, so I guess, I don't know. Maybe he wanted me to relive this trauma for the rest of my life.
I'm sure it helped with your insurance claim.
Is there a way we can add a link to it in the podcast notes for people to watch?
A link to me falling in the fountain.
Yes, the
I'll
video.
see if I can dig it up and relive that trauma. But anyway, so I fell into the water with both of my cameras because I had my hold fast on. So both of my cameras went into the water with me. So I had 2 dead cameras. So basically, I had to shoot family formals and all because we hadn't done all those pictures yet. Soaking wet with Karis's cameras. So I'm like, all right, come over here. Come over here. All right. Hey, Mom, I need you to come a little closer.
Thank
Like
God
wet
it was
shoes.
summer wedding.
Thank God it was a summer wedding. Oh my God. But I was soaking wet head to toe. It was so embarrassing. So in that time, Karis went over to Target, the nearest Target, which was 45 minutes away. She didn't come back for 2 hours.
Man.
So I guess she had 15 minutes to pick out an outfit for me. It was the ugliest outfit that I had ever seen. She thought I was so stylish. It was like fucking polka dots. It was like polka dot shirt, tight ass
You
pants.
love it.
No, I've never worn that shirt since.
You
Okay.
love it. You love it.
And I guess she thinks that I have longer legs than I do. And the hem on this thing went all the way down to my toes. I was like, I look like I borrowed my kids. Like I borrowed my
Harry
dad's.
Styles pants.
You're walking around looking like Harry Styles.
Oh my gosh, Harry Style, love it.
It was like, wait, are his pants baggy in the ankles?
Yes, they go past.
He wears all sorts. He wears
Yeah.
bell bottoms.
I looked
he wears
fucking ridiculous.
Open like
sequins.
70s chest.
Yes, jumpsuits.
Yeah, I looked ridiculous. I've never worn that
Yes,
outfit
this
ever
is,
again.
So you-
this is the point where I do
So anyway,
not shop for my husband.
fashion wise, so Karis does not dress me. This is my long way of saying that Karis does not dress me. I dress myself just fine. It's very comfortable. It's not fashionable. It's functional.
You do match my colors. When I wear pink, you wear a pink shirt.
Well, you know what? I think it's
When
just
I
because
wear green, you wear green
no, it's
tie.
because we've been married so
I
long.
match Jen too.
all black.
It's the color of my soul.
No, it's you know what it is. We've been together for so long. We just
Whatever. I know you match me.
No, I don't. I just
Lies,
pick up the first
lies.
tie that I pick up. It just happens to be the color that you're wearing.
You're so
that day.
in sync
Exactly.
and in love. So we've learned about vendor meals, fashion,
Falling into fountains.
falling into fountains. Now, Ben, tell us a little bit about what you've been up to.
So Karis and I, we like to travel a lot and see what's going on out there. Do you guys know how chefs, they go out and travel around the world and they try different foods and bring some of that inspiration back home and, introduce some of that into their work, right? So, Karis and I, over the last, 6 or 7 years, that's exactly what we've been doing. We travel around the world, we meet with other photographers, get some inspiration, figure out maybe even better ways how to do things. And we found so much value in that kind of interaction, and those type of experiences. It's well beyond anything that we can learn through online classes or workshops or anything like that. So we thought to ourselves, well, why can't we have something like that kind of experience here local to us? Why do I have to fly all around the country, all around the world to get these kind of experiences? Why can't I have that in my own backyard? So yeah, that's what we're working on. We want to kind of create that type of experience that, Karis and I crave, without having to travel all over the world. We want to have something that we can share with everyone, hopefully with our audience too. So that is what I'm working on right now. Can't give you guys too much details right now, but I think I'll be ready to announce that, I don't know, in about a month or so. But if you guys are friends with us on Facebook and on Instagram and all that good stuff, you guys might have a rough idea of what might be coming your way. But I want you guys to stay tuned, because I think you guys are going to really, really love what we have in store for you.
Sounds exciting. We kind of touched up on some juicy topics, and we want to ask our future listeners if there's any topics or do they have any stories that they would like to share with us. They can email us at hello@focus-af.com.
And if you want to be a guest on the podcast, we're looking for fellow wedding creatives that want to share their experiences with us.
Do they have to be photographers?
No, we want to hear from everyone in the industry.
Yep.
Photographers, DJs, videographers, makeup artists, hairstylists, whatever. As long as you're involved in the wedding industry, we want to definitely meet with you and have a conversation. So you can also email us at hello@focus-af.com.
Hello.
Good night, everybody.
I can see it in your eyes.
That's all the words he knows, guys.
I don't know if we're focused AF, but good night,
Focus.
everybody.
We were focused AF.